One Northside believes that all people should be able to live with dignity, and that should not stop when you reach retirement. There's a lot of rhetoric that says Social Security contributes to our national debt and that we need to reform entitlement programs, which is really just code language for dismantling Social Security. They want to undermine our country's greatest anti-poverty initiative, and that ain't right. Let's be clear about one thing. Social Security does not contribute 1 penny to the national debt.
Along with our partners around the country, we have adopted a proactive agenda to expand and strengthen Social Security.
One Northside believes we're in a crisis, a revenue crisis. With our national allies, we fight to raise revenue to invest in a people-first economy, in public education, jobs, healthcare, and infrastructure. That's why we organize for a Robin Hood tax. It's a tiny tax on Wall Street that could raise $350 billion a year. It generates public money from the private finance sector, and we are committed over the long haul to cultivating legislative champions for progressive revenue measures.
If you ask educators and human service providers if Illinois has a spending crisis, they may tell you that we rank near the bottom nationally in funding for their programs. It's true. One Northside stands with the governor as he calls for maintaining tax rates at their current levels. We will continue to pay our fair share, but corporations need to pay their fair share.
That's right.
Only 8% of state revenue comes from corporate income taxes. And 2/3 of Illinois corporations doing business here pay no Illinois corporate income tax whatsoever, not 1 penny. With our Fair Economy Illinois partners, we support House Bill 390, which would close 3 corporate tax loopholes and generate $500 million every year in new public money. But we need long-term structural reform, too. We need a strong transparency bill that requires publicly traded corporations doing business in Illinois to disclose what they pay in taxes to Illinois and to disclose what tax breaks or loopholes figured into the calculation. We cannot have long-term tax and revenue reform without this crucial information. It's time for tax reform. Our communities cannot wait.
As we said earlier, we need long-term revenue reform, and we think corporate tax transparency is a critical first step. Do you support corporate tax transparency, yes or no?
Well, as I already have said, it's an honor to be here. This is what democracy is about. People united cannot be defeated. And we really do have to put together a grassroots measure, just like here, all over Illinois, this whole month. We've got to make sure that the budget that is passed is one that reflects the values of the people of Illinois.
Friends, our demand is clear: a budget that reflects our values and not the special interests of those with the deepest pockets. And where our neighbors who are most in need, those struggling with mental illness or addiction, or experiencing the trauma of homelessness, our neighbors who are hungry or sick don't have to battle every year for what's left over. It's just that important. But the conversation is so much bigger. It's about safe, affordable housing for everyone, decent jobs that let you feed your families, and strong programs that enable our seniors to retire with dignity. Friends, if you're here today, you've already joined that conversation, and I know that you'll continue to join us in Springfield, in legislators' offices across the state, at City Hall, at Tax Dodgers headquarters, in Washington, D.C., and in the streets when we need to be. We are one North Side, joining our partners across the city, the state, and the country, taking back the power of government into our communities, defining and creating an economy that works for everyone and where everyone contributes their fair share to our common good, and demanding solutions that put people first. You know, friends, it's easy to be cynical, right? To whine and complain and say that things will never change, then close the door and leave it to someone else. But we won't. We don't. We never have, and we never will.